ask me to tell you my story. But every time I tell you my story, I lose. I give away another little bit of myself. I will not tell you my story. I will tell you what I remember, what is burnt into my skull. My name is Mosuma Moheebie. My number is 1269. Here, my name is not important, only my number. I am not a refugee. I am a refugee applicant. I have been moved, unaccompanied by men, so I could be moved away from the numbing emptiness of the tin sheds, cooking oven in the day, ice cave at night. I'm a lucky one. As if he has suffered. He used to remind me of my husband. Very intelligent, very brave. One day he brought the fluorescent tubes in the bathroom and started eating the glass. He had just eaten glass, and their answer was to take him from the tin sheds and throw him into jail. People are surprised that human beings can be reduced to that. 3 years in the tin sheds can do many things to a man or woman. I remember the loudspeakers all day, all night. What did they say? What did they mean? If they do not stop, I will go mad. Some people go mad. Some for real. Others for fake. Going mad is the only way to get out from under this razor wire. But the other way is dying. I am not scared of dying anymore. Only of going mad. To not know, that terrifies me. I cannot lose myself. I am all I have left. No one should have to go through that. Do you know how desperate you have to be to jump on a leaking boat with 400 others? I remember jumping into the water, holding on to my son. People jumping on top of us. I remember as my son's hand slipped from. I won't speak of that. I miss my dignity. Everything they tell you in this country is a lie. I used to think from the outside it is so hot. But from the inside the people are so cold. They have no hearts. The sun has burnt it from their chest. They don't care if we die. But the voice, The voice did care. It was a hot day, and someone said there was a bus waiting just outside. That's when we heard it. A woman's voice, calling from behind the fence. We know you have suffered. We welcome you. When I hear this, I am ashamed. These people are not cruel. These people have hearts like I do. The soldiers that pulled me from the water are from this country. I remember other soldiers. I remember how I stood in the street and watched as they... I have seen how people kill in my country. I will not go back there. Today, this morning, it was very hot, and a guard, Sandra, brought us extra water and a rag for our foreheads. She said tomorrow she will bring nice ribbon or pretty flowers to try to cheer us up. She calls me a Zoomy. Funny how they add an E to everything. I remember another guard from the tin sheds, an old man called Tony. He didn't say much. One day I was crying, and I couldn't stop, and he said, "Don't cry. You don't understand. This is just for the election." What kind of people can we be if a man can win an election by keeping me out of his country? Do I need a document to prove my husband was murdered? I will not get angry. Anger will consume me, destroy me from the inside, and I am all I have left. I will not go mad. The other night I lie awake in my bed, and I thought of my friends in the tin sheds. I wonder had they heard the voice. I do not sleep. When you are asleep, you dream. My dream is always the same. I wake up, and I am not in the tin shed anymore, but I am in my old house, in my old country. The house is strangely still. I go out onto the street. The sun is shining. It's a bright, clear morning, but the street is deserted. No cars, no traffic. And it is deadly quiet, with no sound at all. That's when I see him. A little boy, feeling his way along the footpath, his hands in front of him groping along the dirt. And then I see the others. Young couples, old men and women coming out of their houses. The little girl from next door. They too have their hands reach out in front of them, crawling, feeling, groping their way to the street. And they're bumping into telephone poles and stumbling along the footpath. And that's when I realize they are all blind. Everyone in this country is blind, except for me. I go back to my house. I am screaming for my husband. I know he's in the bedroom. And when I get there, he's on the floor, feeling his way along the carpet. He's saying my name softly. Mosuma. I stop just in front of him and look down. That is what I remember. That is my story.